Welcome to another weekend reading vlog. I'm starting it on a Friday. It's a Friday evening, finished work. I'm doing some gardening. So we've got a big pile of compost delivered in our front drive. So I also cut my grass. And Mum's here this weekend, so you get to see a bit of my mum. She's currently indoors watching Dope Sick, which I've seen before, but she's not seen it. So she's literally binged it between last night and this morning. She's on the last episode. So she's doing that, and I'm doing a bit of gardening, listening to Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson. Excuse the soil on my, there's Lucy on my hands. I've only just started it. So I'll tell you a bit about it once I get into it. Oh, there. And I finished Next of Kin by Kia Abdullah today, on audio actually, and so I'll tell you about that. Whoa, thriller with epic plot twists. Spoiler alert, that's all I'm telling you. So I'll take you through today, or this weekend, sorry. I'll take a wee seat. I've only done 2 rounds of the wheelbarrow, so I don't know why it's a Friday night. I'm always knackered on a Friday night, who isn't? I've been working all week and stuff, and been flying solo with the Doggos because the other half's been away for work for a few days. Then I ended up doing a 3-hour drive round trip to pick up my mum and bring her over here because the roads were a nightmare. Anyway, so that was quite long. But tomorrow, taking my mum through to Edinburgh. You'll laugh when you see why when I show you tomorrow. And I've just started The Burning Girls by CJ Tudor, which was one of my 24 books in 2024, which I plan on reading. So I'll tell you a bit about that. Yeah, so there might be a coffee shop in Edinburgh. There might be a protest. And takeaway when we get home, and then take my mum back on Sunday, so I'll tell you some stuff, but I need to get on with this before the other half comes back. I've made a pasta sauce for mum's pasta dinner, and then we're having dal. She's not a big fan of the lentils. Anyway, I better go on with the wheelbarrow. So morning walk, Saturday morning walk. It's all quiet. Kind of that, what's the way, kind of foggy way. It's going to get sunny later on. Isn't it, kids? They're too busy sniffing. What are you sniffing? Come on. Time for the walks. Come on. Good girls. Good girls. Taking a wee walk, and I'm listening to Rose Madder by Stephen King. Right, let's go for a walk. Well, today's plans didn't go as planned. There's Lucy. Me and my mum, I got up early, walked the dogs, walked them a second time because the OH. So I've got a vest and shorts on because I'm about to go and do some gardening. Yes, because we were supposed to go through to Edinburgh to join the Stop the War demo. My mum was quite excited as a 85-year-old. It would have been our first protest. Oh, nearly dropped you. But just as we were leaving, we've got a tiny wee porch bit, and we were getting our shoes on. My mum had her shoes on, I was getting my shoes on, and all of a sudden, Lucy and Patty turned on each other, like proper Barney. No idea, well, I think I know why. In their tiny wee porch, there is like a golf club size, like a golf umbrella sized umbrella. And I think what's happened, because it's such a small area, is it's fallen over, landed on Lucy. Lucy's got a fright, turned, Patty was there, and so Lucy's retaliated, Patty retaliated. So there's a wee Barney. Patty's got a teeny tiny scratch in her ear. And I separated them, they were all fine, and about 5 minutes later they were pals again, right? I mean, at the start when we first got them there was a couple of wee Barneys, but we've not had one for ages, and then I was like, oh, I can't leave them for like 4 hours in the house while we're at this protest, because I'd be worried that they were just going to have a fight again, which I know they won't, but I think my anxiety just went through the roof, and so I just had to cancel doing that because the other half was away to play golf for the day, and I was Well, I think my adrenaline peaked and now I'm utterly knackered. Like, I just get such a fright because they never do that. If you've got 2 dogs and they've ever had a Barney like that, let me know that they totally get over it and they're friends again. To be honest, what we did, I was like, right, okay, forget going for the train to Edinburgh. Unfortunately, I'm sure the war won't stop anytime soon, so I'm sure I'll go to another protest. But my mum was quite looking forward to being an activist for the day. So me and my mum went a walk around the block with our wee free wheels. And we took the 2 dogs a walk. Another one, probably the last of the day to be fair, because it's getting quite hot now and it's too hot for them. So they were fine on their walk, they were sniffing together. I think I'm the one that is now overthinking it all and worried about them and everything. Lucy's came in because she goes outside, sunbathes, gets too panty, comes inside. Patty's inside too. So I'm actually just exhausted. I think I must have had an adrenaline surge when that all happened. It all happened really quickly and was like over really quickly. But me being me as an overthinker, now thinking about it for the next 2 weeks probably, whereas Lucy and Patty have forgotten about it already because they're dogs. So change of plan. I've got the seating outside, Mum's got her word searches and put the umbrella up, and I have, I'll show you outside there, look at that. See that bag out there? Yeah. Anyway, it's a big bag of soil, so I'll carry on doing that and doing some gardening, and I've put some washing on and hang that out, and I'll read an audiobook. I think that's about all I'll do just now, and then probably crash for a nap. Well, that's me just showered and sitting down after about 4 hours of anxiety gardening. I think the doggos just stressed me out. I don't like it when they rarely have a wee Barney, and it took me by surprise. The 2 of them are absolutely fine, not bothering with each other. So out there, I've come back in. So it's like full factor 50. Managed to thingy all the soil, so I'll take a wee video so I can show you when it's out. I'm just so tired. I think that is maybe the adrenaline come down of like being so stressed about the doggos. God, just glad I don't have kids. I don't know how you do it. The whole thing stresses me out. They're nonplussed, they're like pals again. Anyway, I'm gonna go to Aldi with my mum because mum wants to pick up a wee bottle of wine for her dinner, and then we're getting takeaway curry. And I've been listening to Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson. I've got it in hardback actually, and it's given me, imagine the main character is a young teenage girl who gets like, enjoys some singing and stuff like that, and she meets this guy, slightly older guy. Anyway, I'm getting R. Kelly vibes from the other guy, so I'm thinking this isn't going to end well. Anyway, that's what I'm getting, but it's so well written. Tiffany D. Jackson's writing is so good, so I'll tell you a bit about that later. Anyway, better go to the shops. Good morning. It's Sunday morning. I'm kind of whispering because I'm sitting out in my garden reading The Burning Girls by T.J. Tudor. I'll tell you about that in a sec. But it's all quiet. It's all quiet in suburbia. Makes a change from last night. People were having jacuzzi parties and everything. God love them. To be fair, they didn't go on too late. Like, stopped about 8 or 9 o'clock. I think I hear Mum up, so I should be getting up. I've been up reading for a while. I've got coffee in my Sprout mug. If you hear noises, it's the neighbours taking their bins in. Here, and I'll show you what I did yesterday. So I did the moving of oil soil, excuse my washing, and managed to put it down quick. And then I've planted. So I've got all the topsoil down. I've put some grass seed down here, and So, sit down. Here, I've got a rhododendron that I bought second hand. So I'm hoping this works well. And here, any budding gardeners or anyone that knows anything about plants, I got these. They're also very hardy, but I can't remember what they're called. So I'll need to Google lens it. And then here, excuse me, bumpy ride. I've got a tiny Japanese maple here, and I did plant some more over here. This bit over here is a bit wild, but I'm going to try. And then my tree up here, it's got lots of stuff in it for the birds. And then over here there's some smaller ones. So there's another Japanese maple. I've no idea what this is. Also a rescued plant. Again, no idea what it is. And a couple more over there. You see it and try direct you with one hand. It's not working too well. So I've topped up the bird feeders. Like, you see it? They love the fat balls. Dogs are clearly waking up. Oh, I'll show you. Missy's upstairs, lying next to the OH, and Patty is here, aren't you, Patty? Everything's all calm and chilled. After yesterday's debacle, which stressed me more out than them, to be honest. But then I am an overthinker. Right, CJ Tudor, let me tell you. I'm 150 pages in and I'm really enjoying it. 500 years ago, 8 martyrs burned. 30 years ago, 2 teenagers vanished. 2 months ago, a vicar died mysteriously. Welcome to Chapel Croft. For Reverend Jack Brooks and teenage daughter Flo, it's a fresh start, new job, new home, but in a close-knit community, old superstitions and mistrust of outsiders mean treading carefully. Yet right away, Jack has more frightening concerns. Why did no one say the last vicar killed himself? Why is Flo plagued by visions of burning girls? And who is sending them threatening messages? I'm out of breath. Old ghosts with scores to settle can never rest. And Jack, FYI, female vicar, is standing in their way. It's really good. This is my second CJ Tudor, but it was also one of the books from my 24 books to read in 2024. I'm kind of jumping in on a buddy read on this. Well, there's a few people reading it. The other one is The Chalk Man. It's there, look. You see it? Focus that one there. So that's also my 24 and 2024. 150 pages in. CJ Tudor. She's got, I love it's good pace. Short chapters, different POVs. And I'm really liking it. So I'll not finish that one today because I'm going to stop that one and pick up Good Girls Don't Die by Christina Henry, which I got an arc of and never read it before it came out because I requested too many arcs on NetGalley. Anyway, I'll show you that, and my wee sister's coming over to pick up Mum today. I normally take Mum home, but our oil light on the car's coming up, so we need to take it into the garage to get oil top up. It's a regular deal, which has done loads of journeys way up north in Scotland and down in Wales, so it just needs topped up. So I don't really want to do a 2.5 hour, 2 and a bit hour round trip to drop my mum off with the car light going off. Anyway, so it's warm but not roasting. I think it's going to be a bit like cloudy until mid-afternoon, which is good. So I'll get stuck in because I need to replace my primroses in my window box because they're past their best now. So I'm putting in some petunias, I think. I'll double check, I'll show you later anyway. I'll have to read my book while it's still quiet. I went a morning run, walked the dogs, hence still got the running stuff on. Mum wanted to do something, so I bought some new plants for my window boxes at the front of the house. So hold on, I'll show you what I've done. to make it easier for her to do it. She was really wanting to do something. Mum, I'm on video. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Planting.
Planting for my window boxes for the front of the house.
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
We'll find out.
When they go.
So Mum's doing that, and Lucy's trying to eat bits of my cake making. Anyway, I was supposed to do a round trip. So I was supposed to take Mum home. I can't remember if I told you, because it was only this morning. But our car oil lights came on, so I don't want to do that trip. So my wee sister is coming to get her. She's very kind of her, and take her back home. Along with my brother-in-law who helps with the garden bit, and my nephew's getting out of the house for a bit. So I thought, I haven't done baking for a while, so I thought I'll quickly make some lemon muffins. Hence, everything is just pure chaos. Can you see somebody over there in the corner? Little Betty! Wondering what I'm doing. So it's the juice of half a lemon and the zest of a whole lemon. It's about plus 170. BBC Good Food Recipe, so I'll put it in. Plus 100. Yeah. I've still got my post run stuff on, so it's going to go in the wash anyway. So I'm just like, plus I'm going to do some strimming later, so may as well keep it on. Well, that's about 170ml. Everything just feels a bit chaotic, but the fact that I don't need to do what it will end up being, because I stop in at my mum's for a bit, 3-hour round trip to take her home means I'll get more time to do some gardening stuff. But I've not got out there doing work in my garden. There's the OH. You saying hello? Hello. He's a bit jealous of Ruth's cameo last week, so yeah, you saw his face. What was I saying? I can't remember. Yeah, it means I can get some more stuff done. No offence, love my little bit, and don't mind picking her up and taking home because she struggles on the train, and there's no way she would have got on the train because she's got her 3 wheels and her walking stick and her case. So anyway, I also put a pizza on. That's why I'm taking the cake first, because I use apple puree instead of vegetable oil or butter. You can get vegan butter and stuff, but I just do this. Gives me extra of my 5 a day. I'll put this in, and then it means the oven is then free for pizza. I'll put it on. Anyway, catch you later. Well, this weekend reading vlog has rolled on to my Monday, and I'm back at work. It's the laptop. I've got my lunch. So, I'm filming this in my lunch break because, ignore my teens. Oh, see, I should have lunch away from my desk. Anyway, I wanted to come on. Sunday ended up being a really busy day because my brother-in-law, I'm going to mute me. My brother-in-law and my wee sister came over to pick up my mum, and he ended up staying to help us with a bit of the garden, which was kind of handy. But I'm here to tell you some of the books that I read and finished, and eat my lunch before I get back to work. So, Next of Kin by Kia Abdullah. I listened to this on audiobook. I think it's on Bookish. BookBeat is one of the many audio book applications that I either subscribe to or use. And it's such a good concept. Kia Abdullah, I've read one of her other books, which was called Those People Next Door, which was really good. It's a really good thriller. This is another great thriller, and to be fair, I went into it thinking, yeah, this is alright, and then, oh my god, jaw drop twists. So it says, on an ordinary day, working day, Layla Saeed receives a call that cleaves her life in two. Her brother-in-law's voice is filled with panic. His son's nursery is called to ask where little Max is. Your worst nightmare. Layla was supposed to drop Max off that morning, but she forgot. Racing to the car park, she grasps in horror what she has done. It's about to... So it goes, your worst nightmare is about to come true. What follows is an explosive, high-profile trial. Good court drama scenes in this one, if you like a court drama. That will tear the family apart. But as the case progresses, it becomes clear that there's more to this incident than meets the eye, which is when the mental plot twists pop in, and I never saw any of them coming. I can't even talk about them because it'll be an absolutely, like, it'll be a total spoiler. But this was so clever because I went in going, this is a decent thriller, and then boom, wow, like I just don't even know how to describe. I never saw any of the twists coming, and there was quite a few, one after the other, one after the other. Such a good page turner. I highly recommend if you're looking for a good thriller. Also, who doesn't love a thriller than by a female author? Then, now this is a proof that, so it's a wee bit rubbed out. Finally finished Coco Mellors' Blue Sisters. Now, Coco Mellor wrote Cleopatra and Frankenstein last year, I think it was. Last year. Anyway, read it, loved it. And it was a solid, like, 4.5 stars out for me. It is like literary fiction, kind of a complicated romance of two people. Was it set in New York? It was a wee while ago I read it. Utterly loved it. And so this is our second book. And this is a proof that my friend got from the publisher, and she knows how much I love Cleopatra and Frankenstein, so sent me this. Well, this is a 5-star read for me. It comes out on... Well, it'll be out, by the time you see this vlog, it'll be out, because I think it's 21st or 23rd of May. And this is a finished cover. In the UK anyway, I think the US cover is slightly different. This is a beautiful book that follows sisters. Their surname's Blue. So you have, I'll read the back. The eldest of the Blue sisters, their leader, is Avery. She was born wise and world-weary. Bonnie is a soft-spoken and strong-willed. Her language is a language of the body. No matter how old Lucky gets, she will always be the baby. So there's Lucky, Bonnie, and Avery, and then it kind of starts where it's a year on from the death of their fourth sister, Nikki. And that's not a spoiler, it happens pretty early on. They're quite complex characters, and honestly, Coco Mellors writes such amazing characters. You've got Avery, who is now living in London with her wife. They married. Her wife wants to have a child. She's kind of got her life together, whatever that means, because Avery previously spiraled. She had a drug and alcohol addiction, so she's in recovery. So she's the kind of eldest, kind of sensible one. Bonnie lives in the US, and she was previously like a championship boxer. She grew up, she loved boxing, and I think there was a kind of fight where she lost, and then she moved away from boxing, and now she's a bouncer in some club in LA, I think. And then you've got Lucky, who's the youngest. She is a fashion model, and she's going around different countries of the world and living a bit of a fast life with drugs and alcohol, and so it's all a bit complicated and chaotic. And the three of them are coming together because their mother has chosen to sell the flat that they all grew up in, which they associated with their sister Nikki, who died. Nikki I won't go into too much because it, but you get it to find out why. You see the complexities of their life. It's both heart-wrenching and heartwarming. It's so well written. I honestly could visualise the place and the people and just how she connects. So it's got different POVs for like each of the sisters, you see from their point of view. But honestly, this was like 5 stars. 5 stars. So I'm actually going to see the author at a book event at the end of the month, and so I'll get a finished copy there and get it signed. So I'm very excited, but so recommend that, as well as Cleopatra and Frankenstein, but this now beats it, in my opinion. I'm also started reading Rose Madder. I'm only about a third in, so it's my Stephen King read along for the month of May. I'm a third in, but I'm really enjoying it. I read this decades ago, so I can't even remember anything about it. But it's much more of a thriller, although it does start pretty dark. So I would maybe check the content warnings of it. But so far, like, Rose has escaped her abusive husband, who I think is a police officer. And she manages to escape after about 14 years of kind of emotional, physical abuse. And you watch as she tries to escape, and also how her husband tries to track her down. This is as far as I've got, but so far really enjoying it. I'm actually going between this and audio. The audiobook is really good. And then I read and finished this one at the weekend. It's Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson. Now, I've read a few of Tiffany D. Jackson books. White Smoke, which is a great sort of haunted house. So she writes young adult books, but I would say like it's absolutely accessible for all adults, to be honest. Allegedly is another of her books that I highly recommend, and so is Monday's Not Coming, but please do check the trigger warnings for them all. So this one is it's so hard to read, but it's in such a sort of traumatic, evocative way. So I read the synopsis. It says, when Enchanted Jones wakes up... Well, actually, do you know what? I actually think the synopsis gives away part of the book that you don't realise until like 3/4 in. So, like, if you pick up this book, don't read the synopsis and go in knowing roughly this. So I'm going to skip that bit, because I actually think when I read that I was like, really? Because it was like a good chunk of the way into the book before that bit came up. Enchanted was an inspiring singer, struggling with her tight-knit family's recent move to the suburbs while trying to find her place as one of the few black girls in school. But the legendary R&B artist Corey Fields spots her at an audition, and suddenly her dream of being a professional singer takes flight. Enchanted is dazzled by Corey's luxurious life, but soon her dream turns into a nightmare. Behind Corey's charm and star power lurks a dark side, one that wants to control her every move with rage and consequences. Except now, that big spoiler bit, but I don't, it's part of the story. But anyway, award-winning Tiffany D. Jackson delivers another riveting, ripped from the headlines mystery that exposes horrific secrets behind the limelight and the power of young women's voices. So it's so cleverly written in that you can imagine Corey Fields, the R&B singer, being the kind of R. Kelly, put it that way, but you're seeing Enchanted as one of his victims. She does state that in her acknowledgements that where is it? Oh, maybe it's here. Right, this book is not about R. Kelly, it's about adults who know the difference between right and wrong, because no matter where you stand on the issue, he knew better. It is possible to have a loving relationship full of mutual respect and good intentions, but if you ever feel that you're in a situation like Enchanted, who's the main character, where you're being used, threatened, sexually coerced, or simply feel uncomfortable, please seek right. So it covers all of that. the oppression of black women, the manipulation, the victim blaming. It is so well written. It's brilliant. It's hard to read at times, but I thought it was utterly brilliant. Tiffany D. Jackson, I've loved pretty much all of her books that I've read, which have been White Smoke, allegedly, and Monday's Not Coming, and Now Grown. Highly recommend. And then another 2 books that I'm currently reading. The Burning Girls by C.J. Tudor, which I was mentioning, I'm actually now 170 pages in. It's a great page turner, really enjoying it, so I'll tell you more about that possibly next weekend's blog. And then I'm also reading this. I got this as a proof and I hadn't read it before it got published. So it's out now at the moment, but I'm really enjoying it. It says, right, so it's 3 women, 3 stories, only one way out. So I might stop. I'm at the first person story because I'm only like 15% in or something. So it says, Celia wakes up in a house that isn't hers. She doesn't recognise her husband or the little girl who claims to be her daughter. She tries to remember who she was because she is certain that this life, the little family-run restaurant she owns, the gossipy small town, is not hers. Okay, so there's then the story of like Ali and Maggie. I've not gotten further than that, so I don't want to read further because I don't want a spoiler because I've gone in totally blind. But I love Christina Henry's books. Writing, she wrote Near the Bone, which was kind of like a dark horror, and I think this is also described as a clever, twisty thriller full of mystery, horror, and women who've had enough. And a thriller so deliciously original you'll want to devour it you'll want to deliver it whole, an electrifying read, which is by Rachel Harrison. So those are all the books I'm currently reading or have finished and I'm recommending. Actually, there's no ones here that I'm not enjoying. So that is a bit of a summary of the weekend, which ran into Monday afternoon because I never got time to film yesterday because by the time I finished in the garden I was knackered. So yeah, I'll keep you posted on this and this because I'll hopefully be finished by the next weekend reading vlog. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching, for liking, commenting, and if you like all these, please subscribe if you don't already, and if you do, thank you as always, and please do let me know if there's any particular videos that you would like me to create, or because I'm open to all your suggestions. Anyway, I hope you have a great weekend or week whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!